Hi everyone, this video will be for people that have problem to remove their stitches from the machine at the end when they want to do a double layer hat. First, you cast on your machine with waste yarn. Open the yarn feeder. By casting on, you go in front and in a back for the first row, and then you crank your machine. When you crank your machine with the waste yarn, you do at least 5 or 10 rows. When you have done your 10 rows, you arrive with your project yarn. When you got your project yarn, you have to open your yarn feeder and put your project yarn closer to the end of the waste yarn. Closer than you can't. And you don't attach both together because we will have to remove it at the end, okay? So we continue like that, and you do for hat 130 to 150 to make sure it fit to an adult hat. So always pull your yarn a little bit so that way it won't make too much tension on your needle. In this project, you will see that I don't use 130 or 150 for the hat. It's only for a sample to show you how to make an easy way hat. So I continue like that, and I pull the yarn so that way there's not too much tension on it. My machine was not attached on my table, and it was moving a lot, so sorry for that. And you see on the counter is 48, so it's not the right number for sure. So when you get to 130 or 150, you stop at the black needle, the first one. You cut your yarn, open the yarn feeder, put it in the middle like this, and then you arrive with your waste yarn. And I have a little tip here. If something like that happened to you, you're too busy and you miss a stitch, and you just notice it when you're a little bit further and you know that you cannot reverse, you're gonna lose all your work. So take a wool needle and grab the stitches like this. If you have lost 1 or 2 or maybe 3, you could do the same thing. Take the tail of waste yarn and put it in the middle. When it's in the middle, you just have to crank. Be careful not losing any stitches. So I will crank it like this. I have like 3 meters of waste yarn, so I will just keep going like this, and magically the machine will release my project by itself like this. So I got my tube. When you got your tube, you take your yarn needle, and you will have to grab all the stitches like this one by one. It's easier grabbing it like this than when it's on the machine and you have to put your needle between those 2 little teeth. So this is an easiest way for people who have a shoulder problem or hand problem. So I hope it would help you. This is only a sample, that's why it's so small, but it will show the trick and you will understand it. So next time you will do a hat, you will have to use it a little bit waste yarn to give a little break to your shoulder or your hands. So I will do that one side. And I'll just do a little bow for now to keep the stitches together. It's like a lifeline right now to keep all the live stitches all together. Remove the waste yarn. Just pull on it. There is always the easiest side to remove. So now I removed the little bow, and I will just pull on my yarn to close it like this. I will do 2 strong knot and hide the little tail inside of the hat. This video will be a quick and easy video for today with some tips and tricks to fix. Like if you still have a little hole, you go and you with your needle and just grab some stitches and then pull on it and do a knot, and voila, it's fixed, no hole in it. Put it inside the hat and repeat the same thing this side. Cut the yarn. I will go faster because you already seen it the other side. So you go like this and grab all the stitches. And when you use waste yarn, always make sure that it's very contrasting with your project yarn, because if you use the same color, it won't work. You will get very frustrated and it's not good. You need to be calm and relaxed when you do something with yarn to enjoy it correctly. So I will continue like this. Almost there. Do a little bow, remove the waste yarn. This is the other side that you have to remove the first row of waste yarn and then it remove it by itself. It was stuck a little bit, so I cut it. So now it's time to pull on those two strands to close this side of the hat. And you know, it's not 130 or 150 right now, it's only a sample, okay? So you do the closing, and when it's done, you just have to hide your little tail inside of the hat. I will put a picture of the real hat at 130 to show you how it's look like on the miniature for the YouTube picture, so don't worry. So when it's done like this, you bring one end to the other one, take your yarn needle, pick in one inside the hole and just beside the hole, not in the middle. You just pick your needle both sides of the circle and then you remove it like this. So voila, that was the little tip of the day.